A new Mercy for Animals undercover investigation takes you behind the closed doors of New York's largest dairy factory farm, exposing cows too sick or injured to stand, calves having their horns burned off and tails cut off without painkillers, cows suffering from untreated infections and open wounds, newborn calves being dragged away from their mothers, and cows subjected to overcrowded and filthy living conditions. Here, a worker uses a hot cautery device to painfully burn off the calf's horns, a common dairy industry practice known as disbudding. No anesthesia was used to reduce the calf's pain during this harsh and invasive mutilation. The worker forcefully shoves his finger into her eye in a cruel attempt to restrain and control her. This calf's suffering is evident by her vocal bellowing, labored breathing, and frantic attempts to escape. Tail docking involves cutting through the calf's sensitive skin and tail bones. The American Veterinary Medical Association has condemned tail docking as unnecessary and painful. Cows with bloody open wounds, pus-filled infections, swollen joints, and other injuries were a common sight on this factory farm. This cow suffers from a prolapsed uterus. MFA's investigator brought this cow's painful condition to the attention of coworkers, yet she was left to suffer for over 2 weeks. Many wounds were caked with feces. No veterinary care was apparently provided to most of these injured animals, as evident by the advanced stages of their injuries. Pus drips from this infected wound. Cows too sick or injured to walk are called downers. At this factory farm, many downed cows were left to suffer for days or weeks. Tracks can be seen in the straw surrounding this downed cow, evidence of her prolonged struggle to stand. This exhausted cow stumbles to the ground on her way to the milking area. Workers kick and hit her as they force her to stand. Cows are extremely gentle and affectionate animals, forming strong bonds, particularly between mother and child. Like all mammals, cows produce milk for their young, yet calves born in the dairy industry are dragged away from their mothers within days of birth. Here, workers separate newborn calves from their mothers, dragging the babies into isolated pens. This is the last time these young calves will see their mothers. Many mother cows bellow in distress after their calves are taken. Workers in the dairy industry acknowledge the psychological trauma such separation causes.
Do you ever get mad when you take the kids?
Yes.
Yeah? They start shit?
Some cows, yes.
Yeah?
Come crazy.
What?
Some cows come crazy when I take the babies.
This dying calf bellows out in distress as he slowly dies. Male calves, unwanted by the dairy industry because they do not produce milk, are often confined and then killed for veal. Frightened and panicked animals are often loaded onto transport trucks by workers who hit, kick, and electrically shock them. On the left, a worker can be seen abusively shocking the cows with electric prods. These panicked cows slip on the concrete floors as they jump off the transport trucks. Such dangerous unloading can injure the animals. Abusive handling of animals is common on factory farms.
So while he was down in coal, I walked around behind him and I started kicking him in the balls. That's the 5th time. You're going to get the fist next time. Probably why I got Las Vegas big time in this end.
From punching calves?
Probably. What do you think that wrench did to her?
I don't know. What'd you do with it?
Cracked her right over the fucking skull. Fucking kicking her, hitting her. Fucking jumping off the top of the goddamn gate, stomping on her head and shit.
This is what happens when you fuck with us.
Oh, you're pissed. Then I get in front of him, grabbed her fucking head, grabbed her fucking nose and back of her ear on one side. Wham on her side. Then just fucking hold her head and just start fucking punching the shit out of her.
Jesus Christ.
You stupid bitch. Bam, bam.
Approximately 9 million cows are used for milk production annually in the United States. The vast majority live in conditions similar to this. Day in and day out, cows at this factory farm were forced to stand on concrete flooring covered with a mixture of feces and urine. Unable to access open pasture, nearly all of the cows' natural behaviors are denied or frustrated on industrial factory farms. Filthy living conditions are an industry norm. Manure coats the floor surrounding the milking area. The majority of today's dairy cows endure milking several times a day in an area like this. Rows of small stalls confine cows. A worker moves down the line attaching the milking devices to the cow's udders. Suffering from leg injuries, caked in manure, these cows are forced to stand on hard concrete during the milking process. The average cow at this factory farm produces over 80 pounds of milk a day, an unnaturally high quantity induced by genetic manipulation and hormone injections. Cows at Willett Dairy were routinely injected with Posilac, a growth hormone used to increase milk production. Studies suggest that the use of such growth hormones increases lameness in cows and cancer risks in humans. The bodies of dead cows and calves were a common sight at this factory farm. For these cows, conditions on the factory farm were simply too much. At around 5 years of age, a mere fraction of their natural lifespan, the worn-out cows are shipped to the slaughterhouse. The lifeless bodies of these dairy cows illustrate the cruel and exploitive nature of modern dairy production. Cows are curious, intelligent, and playful animals who are fully capable of experiencing joy, fear, and pain in the same way as dogs and cats. Consumers hold enormous power in ending this abuse. If you are at all disturbed by what you have seen, please choose kindness over cruelty at your next meal by adopting a vegan diet. For more information, please visit chooseveg.com.